What's going on, Sports Hitlers fans? Travis McKay here with your Week 9 preview. We got a lot of great games going on this weekend, so I'm going to just jump right into this one. First up, we got Ravens versus the Steelers, man. Two teams on the opposite ends right now. Ravens, they won that first matchup, but they're coming in losing 3 of the last 4, where the Steelers, on the other hand, they've won 3 of their last 3 games, man. That Steelers offense is humming right now, man. Last 3 games, they putting up 34 points a game, 418 yards, they're averaging 418 yards per game for the season, but putting up 427 for the last 3, man. They got people out here asking Le'Veon who, man, which is a crazy question, because even though James Conner is putting up a lot of better numbers in a lot of statistical categories, it's about the matchups that Le'Veon Bell brings to the table, man. That receiver out of the backfield game, that's crazy right there, the way he's like a wide receiver out of the backfield. And James Conner, he's just not on that level yet. Even though he can do it dual purposes, football is all about matchups, and there's nobody who creates a bigger mismatch than Le'Veon Bell. That defense, Steelers defense, believe it or not, is playing better also. Last 3 games, they've only let up 18 points per game. And they've played against 2 pretty good offenses in those 3 games, with the Falcons, which we all know is a high-powered offense, and the Bengals, who are no slouches when it comes to offense themselves, man. But on the other side, we got the Ravens, who are averaging almost 3 less points a game, man. That's not a good look for them right there. To me, the key is John Brown, man. John Brown's got to stretch the field. If I was the Ravens, I'm coming out there within that first script of 15 plays, I need at least 3 of those to be deep balls to John Brown. The Steelers, they're gonna have to learn to respect John Brown's speed back there. Even if you don't get the ball to him, just throw that thing deep and let him go get it, man. So they respect that deep speed, back that secondary up, and it'll make everything a lot easier. It'll allow Crabtree to do what he do, which is more possession receiver, you know what I mean? So therefore, that Ravens defense, they still humming out there. They still playing Ravens defense. But right now, I don't know, man. Like I said, Ravens averaging 3 less points a game. I don't like the way they looking right now. I'm going to have to give this one to the Steelers, even though it is at home for the Ravens, man. Moving on next. I'm going to come back to the Seahawks and Chargers game because I want to get to the 2 important ones. That Rams versus Saints game right there. That one right there, that's going to be the best game of the week right there. I'm telling y'all right now. It's going to be strength versus strength right there. You got the Saints, who are coming in with the number 2 scoring offense, and then you got the Rams, who are coming in at the number 3 scoring offense, man. That rushing game, they both number 1 in statistical categories. The Rams, that offense, that's the number 1 rushing offense right there, putting up 150 yards per game, going up against that Saints defense, who's putting up 74 yards per game. Who's gonna give on that one right there? We all know. We all know that Rams offense, it runs through Todd Gurley. He's the catalyst right there. They get him going, and then the passing game follows, man. So we'll see what happens. That the next is gonna be that O-line versus that D-line. Whoo, that one right there, that's gonna be a big one right there. That Saints offense, we all know they like to build that offensive line. The strength of that offensive line is that guard tandem right there, because Drew Brees, being a shorter quarterback, he likes to step up into the pocket to get those throws going. But guess what you got coming into town? You got Aaron Donald coming in there, man, with that D-line, man. I heard a crazy stat this week. Aaron Donald is getting double teamed on more than 70% of the plays, and he's still leading the lead in sacks with 10. That is an insane statistic right there. I don't think y'all understand the insanity of that. And it's not like he's getting little crazy double teams with a tackle and maybe a tight end or a running back chips him. No, he's playing on the interior. That means he's getting guard, center, double teams, maybe tackle, guard, double teams, and he's still dominating out there. So that's going to be a great matchup to keep your eye on right there. Him, Brockers, and Sue against the interior of that Saints offensive line. We'll see what happens right there. It's in New Orleans. We all know once that dome gets rocking, man, the Saints, they are hard to beat. But that secondary, they got some problems back there. We don't know if they're going to be able to hold up to that Rams passing offense, man. Cooper Kupp, he looks like he's going to be playing, so that'll put that offense back in full strength. The Saints, they traded for Eli Apple, a couple weeks ago, so they brought him into the fold. So we'll see what happens with that secondary. Like I said, I don't know, because once that dome gets rocking, man, that Saints team is hard to stop. Will the Rams get out of there undefeated with their undefeated record? I don't think so, man. I think New Orleans is going to pull this one out, man, because they got the Rams also have trouble covering backs, and the Saints, they got two of the better running back tandems in the league right there. So keep your eyes on that one. I'm telling you, that's going to be the best game of the week, man. Moving on to the Sunday night game, the big matchup, 12 versus 12. Who is the real GOAT? We're going to find out tonight, man. Also, with the Packers versus Patriots game, man. Also, check out Sports Hit List. We dropped a video on who we believe is the better quarterback, Brady versus Rodgers. Make sure y'all go check that link out, man. But that game, to me, is going to come down to two players right there. They say Gronk, he's a game-time decision, and Sony Michel, who knows if he's going to play, because that Patriots run offense was getting crazy with Sony Michel. He was out there running that rock, and Gronk, we all know he's the mismatch nightmare. And then seeing how the Packers just traded away Clinton Dix, they don't have a safety to put on Gronk, man. I didn't like that move right there to trade away but they did what they did, and we'll see what happens with that. If Gronk doesn't play, the Packers got a better chance, man. You know how they always say, it's all about, sometimes the game comes down to who quarterback has it last. Guess what? If I'm the other team, I don't want either one of these quarterbacks to have it last. Because if you give it to Brady in them last 2 minutes, he going to go win you the game. You give it to Rodgers in them last 2 minutes, he going to go win the game. So this is going to be a great shootout right here. This is just going to be a quarterback clinic right here, man. If you win the quarterback play, make sure you watch that game, man. All right, I'm also getting to another interesting game. I wanted to get back to that. Seahawks versus Chargers, man. Seahawks. Did y'all know that since week 3, the Seahawks is the number one? Since week 3, they're the number one scoring defense in the NFL. Trust me, it ain't the Legion of Boom, man, but they still out there getting it in, man. I'm telling you, got to watch out for that. They're top 5 rushing offense right there, averaging 134 yards per game. That offensive line seems to be blocking a little better for Russell Wilson these days, man. So we'll see what happens with that. That Chargers offense, they are top 10 in every statistical category there is. Phillip Rivers, he's out there doing what Phillip Rivers does. He quietly puts up great numbers with that passing attack right there. He's got them 2 big receivers in Keenan Allen and Mike Williams. That's going to be a good matchup right there against that Seahawks defense. I don't know exactly if Melvin Gordon's going to play yet. I haven't gotten word on that yet. But even if he doesn't, the backup guy, Echols, he seems to be doing pretty good out there, man. Nice little compliment back. I think he'll be able to get the job done. That's going to be another interesting game to keep your eyes on. I'm going to have to go with the Seahawks right there because it's up in Seattle, and they hard to beat up in Seattle, man. This is Travis McKay with the Sports Hit List. Catch y'all later, man.